2025 River Report, exploring why adoption is lagging and what it means for the future. Stick around. We've got graphs, surprising facts, and a look at what's stopping Bitcoin from going mainstream. Let's get started. What's the big picture? According to River, a Bitcoin financial services company, only 4% of the global population holds Bitcoin as of March 2025. That's roughly 320 million people out of 8 billion worldwide. But it's not the same everywhere. The United States leads the pack with 14% of its population, about 47 million Americans, owning Bitcoin. North America tops the charts for adoption among individuals and institutions. Meanwhile, Africa lags behind at just 1.6%. Take a look at this graph to see how ownership stacks up by region. Bitcoin has only hit 3% of its maximum adoption potential. That's crazy when you think about it. Governments, corporations, and institutions are barely at 1% adoption. Bitcoin's come a long way since its cypherpunk roots, even becoming a U.S. government reserve asset. But it's still in its early days. Why isn't Bitcoin everywhere yet? It's not just about awareness. There are some big hurdles. First up, education. Bitcoin sits at the crossroads of tech and finance, two complex worlds that confuse a lot of people. Without understanding it, many still see Bitcoin as a scam or a Ponzi scheme. River's report highlights this lack of financial and technical know-how as the #1 barrier. Imagine trying to explain blockchain to your grandma. It's not easy. Second, there's volatility. Bitcoin's price swings are wild, great for traders, but a nightmare if you're trying to buy coffee or save for the future. In 2025, it's hovering around $78,000, but who knows where it'll be next week. Let's dig deeper into volatility. It's a bigger deal than you might think, especially in developing countries. In places like Latin America, high price swings make Bitcoin unreliable as a currency. A 2023 Chainalysis report found that stablecoins, digital assets pegged to stable things like the US dollar, are king there. Why? They've got low fees and steady value, unlike Bitcoin's roller coaster ride. Residents in these economies use stablecoins to protect their savings, not chase profits. Back on March 7th, U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent even said at the White House Crypto Summit that stablecoins will help keep the U.S. dollar the world's reserve currency. So, while Bitcoin's volatility holds it back, stablecoins are stepping up. So what's next for Bitcoin? River says it's only at 3% of its potential, leaving tons of room to grow. Think about this. If the internet was at 3% adoption in the 90s, and now it's everywhere, Bitcoin could follow a similar path. The U.S. recognizing it as a reserve asset is a huge step, but education and stability are key. Will governments and companies jump on board? Will you? The future's wide open, and with only 4% of the world in the game, it's still anyone's chance to join the revolution. That's the state of Bitcoin in 2025. Only 4% own it, but the potential is massive. From education gaps to volatility, there's work to do, but the journey's just beginning. What do you think? Will Bitcoin take over, or will stablecoins steal the show? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button if you learned something, and subscribe for more crypto deep dives. See you in the future. That's the state of Bitcoin.